What's up guys, and welcome back to another video from me. And today I'm going to try and do a positive video about project cars. I will get one positive video out, and what we're going to do today is we're going to do like a kind of tips and tricks and improving your racing type video. And what we're going to do is the previous video I posted with my hot lap around Zolder, we're going to go ahead and we're going to break it down into a bit more detail. Now, one of the things that I used to run on Forza 5 was when I raced, I always had braking line on. No matter what, whether it was hot lapping, whether it was racing, I always had the braking line on. I couldn't get used to not having it on. With project cars, I decided from the start I was not going to have the line on. I wanted to make that leap to being able to race without the line on and not using the on-screen references such as the line as a reference point to braking. And what I learned very fast was it takes a lot of time to get used to the braking points and working out where your braking points are, and also when to turn in for corners. So with this video I'm going to go over and break down and show you on this track what I use as visual references for braking points. Now with braking points, it's always a good idea if you use something that isn't movable, such as distance boards or arrow boards for corners. If somebody nails one of them and it totally obliterates it, and you come around the next lap and you don't see it and you don't know it's gone, there's a good chance you're either going to hit the car in front, miss your braking point, or go off track altogether. So it's very important that you pick out something to use as a reference point for when you're braking. Now this doesn't mean when you do brake you can judge where your car is in relation to that object. So for instance, if you see a little hut on the side of the road and you know as soon as that goes off the screen you can brake, you can use that as a reference. We'll go into a bit more detail as we go around. I'll run the video now, it'll pause in certain places and I'll explain a few things, and hopefully we can give you a good idea as to what to use for reference. So here we are going down to the first left-hander. Now this is quite a fast corner, the left-hander coming up, and what I usually use is that little thing there with the red arrow. Again, doesn't move during the course of the lap or the race, and it should hopefully never move. But what we can do is know that when we get to that point, or when we get the car level with that sign, we can start applying the brakes. Now what I usually use as a reference point for turning in is the wall on the left-hand side. That sticks, the end of that wall is slightly further than the sign on the right. So we brake at the sign. Once the wall goes out of view on the left, we can turn in. And what I actually do on this corner is actually turn in too soon, and you'll see the car actually go over the inside of the rumble strip, and that affects my exit speed. Now with the term fast in, slow in, fast out, that's what you want to try and be hitting for, especially with tracks with long straights. The more exit speed you carry out of a corner, the more top speed you'll be able to reach going down the straight. It's very important to get in fast lap times. So we'll just play this video on again from here, and you'll see it as I turn in. I go over the inside of the curb, not as much exit speed as I would have hoped. So coming up to the next corner, what we're going to use for this as a reference point is that hut on the left hand side. So again, it doesn't have to be something that's on track, it's something as a visual reference that you can use. Now I know when I get alongside that hut, that's when I need to start braking. Turn 2 on this track is quite a unique one because I have a tendency to turn in a lot sooner than I should do. I do it on this and you'll see what happens to me on the exit of the corner. So with this corner you want to try and stay out wide for as long as possible and then turn in. What you want to try and do is straighten the corner out as much as possible. So get all your turning done, and then when you hit the apex you should be on the throttle for the exit of the corner. You'll see as we just progress this through now that I don't actually do this. That's where I should be turning in a good 8-9 foot in front of where I did, and as I hit the apex of that you can see I should be going straight. I should be pointing a lot more to the right, and as a result I don't get all that exit speed out the corner. That little right hander is quite easy to take. You can pretty much just do that flat, and coming up to the next right hander, now this is one that you can carry quite a bit of speed through if you want. You can use the road, access road on the left as a reference point, and again you want to try and be turning in probably about 10-12 foot past that reference point, so start braking then turn in. Again, I do a lot of it on this hot lap is I turn in too soon, and what I have to do on this one is let off the throttle a little more than I wanted, so I lose more speed going in, and then again going onto the straight I don't actually get as much speed down the straight that I would have liked. So there, just a little, only a small amount, but I couldn't get on the throttle as soon as I would have liked to. So coming up to the first set of chicanes, this can be quite a tricky one, but again what I use is another reference point that you can't move. It's the start of the red and white stripes on the right hand side. I know when the car gets alongside that, that's when I can start braking. My turn-in for this one isn't too bad. It's a tad early. As you come up to it, you'll see just before after I turn in, you can see like a little green strip on the right hand side of the road. That's probably the point you want to aim to turn in. I do it a little bit too soon, and then pretty much you can straighten the chicane section out and get as much power and get on the gas as early as you can. So we'll just run it through from here. And you can see there and there, straighten that out quite nicely, get on the on the gas nice and early, over the brow of the hill. And then this is probably one of the trickier corners on the track, because it's pretty high speed, it's pretty blind as you go around the left hand bend, but you can see the red and white markers on the left hand side where the arrow's pointing to. Again, once I know the car gets alongside those, that's when I want to be hitting the brakes. That should set me up quite nicely for the chicanes. With these chicanes, you want to stay out left as far as you can, and then as you turn in, it should be just turn right, get yourself lined up between the two chicanes, go straight, and then turn left. I don't hit it perfectly, but I get a fairly decent run to it. So turn, try and straighten out a little bit, and then turn in. What I did on that was I actually exited the corner a bit wide, which killed my speed going through that little right-hander. It could have worked out a little bit better. This one, again, we can come down quite fast over the brow of the hill. We lose a bit of connection with the road. It does get a little bit airborne. And what I try to do is when I'm picking braking points, I usually try and pick braking points on the side of the road that I'm on. So for instance, we're on the left hand side of the circuit here, so I'll try and find something on the left. Now you can see on screen there's not a lot of reference points to use there, so I've actually switched and gone to the right. So the wall at the end of this, on the right hand side there, where that ends, I know I need to be braking as soon as that goes out of visual, and that's when I need to hit the brakes. Turning again on this corner, you have to try and stay out wide for as long as you can, and just with these corners you just want to try and straighten the corner out as much as possible, and put as little steering input in as you can. Get your steering done early and then get on the power to get out of the corners. So we'll continue through, get all the steering done, and then hopefully get on the power and try and get back up to speed. Through those two little left-right combination there, which is quite simple to take through. This is probably the easiest of all the braking points. It's the big blue board above us. Again, I don't actually brake when I get to this one. I actually use it as a reference, so I'll go a little bit past it and then brake. And what I do on this lap is I brake a little bit too soon, which in turn makes me take the entrance to this corner a little bit too tight, which then makes the exit of the corner, the right-hander, a little bit tight as well. And I can't quite get in the power as soon as I would have liked. We'll just run it through now. So I braked a little bit too early, I've turned in a little bit too early, and it's just, I wanted to get on the power there and I couldn't, because I'd actually cut it too sharp. But that was the lap of the Zolder circuit with a few reference points and breakdown of the track. I've got a 127.3, which I don't think is a bad time on the leaderboards. I haven't checked it. I don't know how far I am off top 5, top 10. If anybody knows, then just feel free to put it in the comments below. It'd be interesting for me to find out, or I'll have a look next time I'm on. And also for you guys as well to go and test this out, and if you do this, just let me know what your times are below. Not as a comparison to mine, but I just want to see how much you guys actually improved, and if you tried it without the racing line and found any of this helpful at all. Again, with this is kind of a tester video to see how this goes down. If you guys enjoy it, I'll do more of these on different tracks with possibly different cars. Obviously with different cars and the different speed variations, there will be different braking points for the track, but you can still have the same reference points. It's just where you brake in relation to those reference points. So I hope you found that helpful, guys. Feel free to hit the like button if you've enjoyed it and you found it helpful, or leave me a comment and just let me know how you get on with it. It all helps to make my channel grow, and we've done quite well this month. We've got quite a few new subscribers, so I'm hoping everybody is enjoying the content that I'm putting out there. So thanks for watching, guys. Until my next video, I'll see you all soon.